Hey, Julie. I was just thinking, how do you cue Utkatasana when you got everybody in class trying to do a squat instead of Utkatasana? What are some of the cueing tips that you usually use?
Actually, the first thing I do, you taught us this in teacher training, how Alan would do those sort of, what do you call them, commercial breaks?
Yeah.
So I just take everyone completely out of the posture. I say, stand up. Then we all just come back to Tadasana. So arms overhead and reaching that tailbone down toward your heels. So now you're in the perfect position. All you have to do is bend your knees. Make sure you have weight in your heels. That's Utkatasana. You can play with bringing your hands together, but as soon as you feel your hips sort of reach back and your low back go like this, that's
really
squat.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I can feel that more in my thighs, but my low back is really pulling.
Yeah.
But when I engage and pull back in on the bunda, feel the rib cage pull in, and then the tension is no longer in my low back, but I can feel my thoracic spine working.
Yes.
Where the muscles have to engage to hold me up here.
Right. So
And
that's a good point. Pulling in that Uddiyana Bandha, right at your belly button. In and up. Then you stop dumping back here.
Do you always cue feet together on Utkatasana?
I do, just because I like it that way, and I try to remind people to keep their knees together. But I've definitely taken classes where teachers say feet apart, knees together, toes in a little bit. I don't necessarily like it that way because I start to put too much weight in my toes.
You know, I've heard that is a cheat for people whose ankles hit. So what happens when your ankles hit, you take your heels out and they don't, but now you've just ruined your alignment, so to speak. So to get rid of the ankles from clicking, you actually have to engage your inner arches. So when you lift your inner arches, the ankles pull away, and then you can still keep the knees spread together. That can be a lot of work for people who have flat feet.
The best thing I found, because I am one of those people, I'll lift up my pants, those ankles go in. So what I always do is, I notice I dump a lot of weight in my heels just standing. I'll press into my toes and then lift my arches. If I keep weight in my big toe primarily, not the other four, it lifts my arches back up. And then I can choose if I want to put weight in my heels, bend my knees, but those toes are always pressing in the ground. That also helps my balance too when I'm doing like tree or warrior three or something like that. I always press into that big toe and it engages my calf to keep my ankles away from each other.
It also helps from rolling out to the outside edges of the feet.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Which I used to do and cheat, and then I thought, why when I teach a class is the outside edge of my foot uncomfortable?
So I also noticed a lot of people call Utkatasana fierce pose, chair pose.
Yes.
And because it's supposed to have the same feeling as sitting down in a chair, but there is no chair. And I think we compensate and then we start leaning forward because we all want to try and look like a chair in there. Try to remember it's just the feeling of sitting down in a chair, not so much looking like a chair.
And also, like if you do visualize the chair, the back is straight in a chair. No chair is leaning forward like
That's
this.
That's a broken chair.
Yeah, that would be an uncomfortable chair. So just trying to keep your spine and arms up. And then just the knees bend. It's seriously such a simple posture that we like to complicate so much in our brains. But
I think it's great. And I think when you get your weight back in your heels too, it actually engages your calf muscles and not so much work in the thighs, which is really great. We'll say thigh work for Buddha squat and warrior ones.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Think about pulling the inner thighs and the knees together usually helps me remember that. Just slight engagement here, engagement in the calves, and arms up. There should be length between your ribs and your hips. So if you're doing this, you're actually shortening.
That's true.
So
you want to make sure you keep the length.
Yep, and pull in.
Pull in. And try to reach the tailbone more down than trying to curl it under.
Yeah.
Because that also is going to affect the way the low back is going to handle that.
Yeah, when you curl the tailbone under, it shifts your pelvic bowl and actually puts a lot of tension
pressure here.
Yeah, in the front edge of the body. So
chair. You wouldn't scoop yourself under to sit in the chair.
Yeah,
you're going to
because
drop
then you do
yourself
this.
back and then engage.
Yes.
So if you have a Uddiyana Bandhana, Mula Bandha practice, once you get into the Utkatasana, remember to hook those babies back up.
Yes.
And if not, it's diaphragmatic breath. On the exhale, pull the belly button in. And that's going to engage and lift all the organs up.
Yep.
Brad, you got any suggestions?
Not much. No, I think you guys covered it pretty well.
Good.
Good stuff.
Time to get up from your desk and practice some Utkatasana. Grab a friend.
Yeah, and we're going to keep you accountable. So if you're doing Utkatasana in class like this, we're going to come over and help you out.
We're going to fix your chair back. All right, well, tomorrow we're going to have an actual special guest for our lobby lesson.
Yeah.
Andrew will be in to explain some of what roll and release is all about. And on the 20th, we'll be exploring the lower body and releasing knots in our fascia that can actually be damaging to your muscles. Over time, if a knot isn't released, it can actually tear the muscle lining. So it's important to get in and get released. So if you've been worried or concerned or just want a little bit more, tune in tomorrow before 1-ish. And Andrew will be here and he'll share some of what he knows about the fascial world and how to release it.
Yeah, and if you are interested in taking the roll and release class after you see that little snippet, we do have it Sunday, November 20th, so coming up it is from 3 to 5:30. He teaches it almost like a yoga class, so it's a very calming practice. You're not just digging a roller into your legs. So
It's true. And if you sign up early, you'll save $10, I think. So
yes.
Sign up early if you're going to come. These classes tend to fill up, so it's a good idea to fill up early because they are limited to only 20 people in the class. So see you guys tomorrow.
all right, namaste.
Namaste.